read Proverbs, get up, get kids ready, get to work. When you finish work, I need to go get the kids, get dinner on the table, and then you're going to start your day all over again. Amen? So we as women have got to be able to get to a point where we are okay with the assignment that God has given us. He gave it to us. He gave us an assignment. He gave us an assignment that we should be wives to these wonderful men. And these men should be the head of the household. Now, when you are a little girl, most times, you are taught by your father that you should be independent. You should not have to depend, I know I was, you should not have to depend on a man for anything. You should be able to handle it yourself. I want you to be fully equipped with everything you need to be able to do it by yourself. And then we become these grown women. And we marry these men, and then we have a conflict because I'm supposed to be submissive, but yet I need to be independent because that's how I was raised to be. So then you have a war of the minds. Because and for a long time I had that. It took me years, when you say years, years to get to the point where I was, and I'm still working on it, I'm probably not totally as submissive as I should be. Years to get to that point where I was able to be totally submissive and be able to follow, not be in front of, because women are taught to be natural born leaders. We're taught that we have to lead, you know, we're out in the workforce. We have to be able to hold our own because our male counterparts, who usually do the same thing we do, get more accolades than what we do. So we have to be able to hold our own. We have to be able to stand flat-footed and say, yes, I'm a woman, hear me roar, I have this. And so we deal with this trying to be submissive and independent at the same time without losing our identity. And still we have to be a virtuous woman. And all three of those, sometimes when you try to put all three of them together, you have a conflict. You can't figure out who is who and what is what and which one is going to win. Yes, I want to be virtuous. Yes, I want to be submissive to my husband, but I don't want to lose my independence because that means it's like I'm a child all over again. And here we are, virtuous, meek, submissive, independent. And when you try to roll those all into one person, it's like, have you ever seen when they show twins in utero, and you have an A twin and a B twin, you have a dominant and you have a submissive, and sometimes they're actually in there almost fighting because one is trying to be the dominant, one is trying to get out first. That's the way it is when you're the submissive wife, the meek wife, the independent wife, and the virtuous woman. One of them is trying to get up to the top, so you got to figure out who's coming out first. Now, when I get home, am I going to be submissive? Or when I get to work, I can't be too submissive because if I'm too submissive, then they're going to walk over me when I get to work. So if I'm meek when I can't be meek at work. I got to be able to stand tall and say, hey, wait a minute, no, this is me, you got to hear everything I'm saying. But when I'm at home, I have to be able to be quiet and I have to be able to listen. Have to be able to listen to how his day is going, or you have to be able to listen to how your husband's day is going, and you have to be the nurturer. You have to be able to listen to how the kids' day went. And sometimes you get lost. You know, sometimes there aren't enough hours in the day that people remember mom. Like, how was your day? Oh, you remembered I had a day. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you remember. You know, and we have to learn how to mix all of these roles together and still be successful, and still be that virtuous woman, that woman that God called us to be, the virtuous woman that He created when He created Eve. He created Eve to stand beside Adam. He created Esther to stand beside the king of Persia. He created Sarah to stand beside Abraham. He created Jezebel, and He created Delilah. Maybe those situations aren't the best to compare, but He created all of these women to stand, to be virtuous, to be submissive, to be meek, to be independent, and to still be women of God who trusted in God, who knew that God was who He said He was, what He said He was, when He said He was, and He was going to do what He said He was going to do, and how He was going to do it. That He is the head and not the tail, that he is above and he is not beneath, that he is the great I am. And he has instilled all of those things into us women to make us women who we are, to make us proud sisters, to make us women who are able to be CEOs and to be nurses and doctors and lawyers and stay-at-home moms, and to be all of these things to all of these people and still be who we are inside, to still have us, to still know who we are, to still be able to say at the end of the day, I am still me. Even though I have 500 different roles that I'm doing, I still know who I am. I still know who I am in God. I still know who I am as a mother. I still know who I am as a wife. I still know who I am as a sister. Because sometimes so many people want so much from us at one small minute in time. It's like one person wants you over here, another person wants you over here. You're like, wait a minute, I am one person. I can't be in 5 different places at one time. And it gets overwhelming. And you start to just be like, I'm going to crack. I can't take it. I gotta have the kids here. I gotta be here. I got a meeting here. I gotta be there. I can't do it anymore. I am cracking. The pressure is too much. He created you as a ruby. As Minister Schultz said, the pressure, the heat. We were made to be able to take pressure and heat and just walk right through it. That's how we made it. If we had to walk on coals for our children, we would. No doubt about it. If we had to walk through fire, we would. No doubt about it. If we had to knock every 5,000-pound man down, we would. No doubt about it. We would find the strength because God has equipped us with the strength that we need. He has also given us the tools that we need to have what we need. He has given us this. Minister Evangelist Millsap said that this is your war guide. This is your war guide from Genesis to Revelation. Any issue, any problem that you are having, it is here right here. The answer is here. Yes, it was written before Christ, BC and AD, but it is still relevant to what is happening in 2018. In the beginning, and at the end. We have come through the beginning, we are nearing the end. Everything that we need from point A to Z is here. Everything we need to know as women is here. There are thousands of women in the Bible. Their story is no different than our story. They were wives, they were mothers, they were teachers, they were sisters, they were lenders, they were independent, they were submissive, they were meek. They were all of these things. And they gave us the tools, they gave us the examples to be able to be who they are, to be like they are, to be royalty, to be queens, to walk in royalty, to walk in regalness, to hold our heads up high no matter what the situation. Yeah, we mess up. Yeah, we all have issues. If you say you don't, whatever. We all have issues. We all have to be able to hold our head up high and say, yeah, I have a problem. I have this issue. But God is my sustainer. He is my God. He is my healer. He is my deliverer. My deliverance has not come yet, but it is on the way. I am in the midst of my deliverance. I am waiting. I am a work in progress. There is an ETC behind my name. There is not a period. There is an ETC meaning there is more to come. I am greater than the situation. We are greater than the situations that we go through. We are greater than the circumstances that we are in. We are greater than the problems that we have. We are greater than what the checking account says. We are greater than what the mortgage statement says. We are greater than what the NIPSCO bill says. We are greater than what the boss says. We are greater than what our husbands say. We are greater than what our wives say. We are greater. We are greater. We are greater. We are great. We are great women. We are wonderful women. We are a sisterhood. We are here to encourage. We are here to stand next to each other. Trust me, my experience is no different than your experience. It may not have ever been to the same level, but I guarantee you my experience is no different than yours. My hurt is no different than your hurt. My wishes are no different than your wishes. I have an issue. I like to spend money. I am really working on it. I really am. And I know at times it gets worse. Like I kept saying, I'm going to be really good this time. I wasn't. And if Elder Joe and Pastor asked me, well, what you spending it on? I know I spent it on something. I can't itemizely tell you what I spent it on. But I guarantee you it's in the house. Whatever it is, I guarantee you that's either in the house, it was used in the house, it was used for you, it was used for the kids. I guarantee it. That is my issue. I like to spend money. I'm sure somebody else could raise their hands when they do. I don't necessarily have the type of money that I should to be able to spend the type of money that I normally spend. And I keep saying, well, you can't take it with you, but you gotta have some while you're here. And I know that. But that is my issue. So I know I have a sister who has an issue like I had. You like to spend money? I have a sister who has an issue who maybe she wants a better job. We all want something better. We're all happy where we are, but we all want to be able to get to a place where we're elevated. We all want to get to a place where we're able to say, hey, I'm a lender, I'm not a borrower. Hey, I'm the owner, I'm not just a worker. Hey, I'm the one that makes those decisions. I don't just have to deal with what they say. I'm the boss. I'm the head woman. I'm the HWOC. I'm the head woman in charge. I'm the head woman in charge. I'm the one. God has elevated me to a place. He has given me the desires of my heart. I am trying to be obedient so that I know that He will grant me the desires of my heart. Sometimes when we sit and I've been praying for extra finance. I have learned that when you are not always obedient with what He gives you, it takes time for the blessing to be released. Not saying that it won't be released. It just takes time for the blessing to be released. Because He wants to make sure that if He gives it to you, that you are going to be responsible for it. You will be a good steward. So I'm not a good steward over finance. I will say that over the pulpit, on TV. I really am not. My husband is a great steward over finance. Thank God that one of us is. And so I know that is my problem, that I'm not a great steward over finance. So all of the excess finance that I would love to have rain down on me, once I become obedient to His word, once I become obedient to sacrifice, I know that the blessings will be given. Amen. And so we as women, we stand together. Even in the midst of a storm, we should stand together. Even in the midst of trials and troubles, we should all stand together. There is no room to judge when you are a woman. It took me a long time to get to that point to be able to say that there is no room to judge when you are a woman. Because you never know the issue that your sister is going through and the reason that she had to be put in the position that she's in. When you are a mother, you will do anything for your children to survive. When you are a woman, you will try to find ways to make stuff work out of no way. Because that's what you think you have to do. And sometimes you end up making the situation a whole lot worse than what it really was if you would just give it over to God, and the situation would get better. But we are natural fixers. Women are natural fixers. We were taught to fix situations. So in the back of our minds, we can fix it, but we actually make it worse. And so I stand before you saying that we are women, standing tall and strong, similar problems, similar issues, and we all have a common solution, and that is Jesus Christ. He is the Savior. He is the problem solver. There is not a problem that you have that He cannot solve. The solution may not come right when you want it, but it does come. It may not come right at the very moment that you want it to come. Sometimes we want stuff. We're in an age of instantaneous results. We have social media, we have Google, and so we don't have to go to an encyclopedia and look up an answer. It's right on our phones. We can just, if we want to know what the color yellow stands for, we can just go to our phone, put in yellow, and it instantaneously is right there. So we are at an age where we want instantaneous results. Yes, God is instantaneous. Please don't think I'm not saying He is, because He is very instantaneous. But in some circumstances, you have to wait the course. Sometimes you have to wait the storm. Sometimes you have to ride the storm out, because when you do ride the storm out, it makes you stronger in the